if I continue this YouTube thing, I really think I'm gonna need to like find a way to get better audio, because I'm not a big fan of the way the audio in my video sounds right now, so let me just do that real quick. There we go, just the quality I was looking for. I'm just kidding, look, Daddy's got a real microphone now. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has been my favorite show for about 3 or 4 years now. I've seen every episode multiple times. I am on my 3rd rewatch of the entire show right now. And so today, I made a handy little tier maker of every single episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I am going to be ranking every single episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Okay, let's start this over. I'm just gonna go in the order that I have all of these episode card title things down here. I have a golden god tier, the good shit, pretty good, and nah. And again, this whole shebang will be in the description if you care and want to do this yourself. Okay, let's get started. A Cricket's Tale is one of the few episodes that I only think I've seen once. Nothing against Cricket, I think he's a funny character. I just don't typically tend to be a fan of episodes that don't feature the whole gang. I feel like the whole gang's dynamic together is what really makes the show what it is. So episodes that don't have that kind of feel a little empty to me. So she's gonna go to Nat here. Sorry. Ass Kickers United. Mac and Charlie join a cult. It's pretty good. It's a standard It's Always Sunny episode. Nothing special about it in my opinion. America's Next Top Patty's Billboard Model Contest is one that I haven't actually rewatched in quite a while. So she's gonna go to tier. Nothing about it really stuck out to me. A Very Sunny Christmas is a classic. That is one that I rewatch every single Christmas, every single year. So many iconic parts in that episode. I love her. A Woman's Right to Chop is from the newest season, season 14. And it's actually one of my favorites from the most recent season. I think it's very clever satire, so she's gonna go to the good shit. Being Frank is an interesting one in the sense that it is filmed completely through like a first-person point of view type thing, which I really like. I really appreciate when the show gets creative with its styles and the way it presents its episodes. The actual content of the episode is kind of but I do have a lot of respect for the show for, you know, being able to do a range of different type of episodes, you know? Bums making a mess all over the city. She's not one that I rewatch very often. Charlie and Dee Find Love is pretty funny. I like Dee in that episode. I think she's very funny. She'll go to pretty good. Charlie Catches a Leprechaun is one of my favorites of season 11. I love Charlie in that episode. I love Charlie. She'll go to pretty good. Charlie Goes America All Over Everybody's Ass is one that I, again, have not rewatched in quite a while. I think I remember liking it, but she'll go to Charlie Gets Crippled, one that I have not seen in a while. If I'm being honest, I don't typically tend to rewatch the first, 3 seasons of the show very much. I think season 4 and on is when the show really starts to find itself and its strengths, and that's when, it starts to get its shit together. There are a few gems from the first 3 seasons, but it's not typically one that I jump back to a lot. So you're gonna see that a lot of the first 3 seasons are gonna be in the lower tiers. Nothing against them, I just don't, nothing about them really stands out to me. Charlie Got Molested. You know what, I'm gonna put her in pretty good, just because I think that that's a central part of Charlie's character. I think that's pretty important to him as a character. Charlie's Home Alone. She'll go to I get its significance to the season, but it's just not one that I typically rewatch. Charlie Has Cancer. I think that was, if I remember right, that's the original pilot of the show. So that'll go to pretty good just because it's sentimental in the sense that it was the the first episode ever made, kind of technically. Charlie Kelly, King of the Rats. That'll go to the good shit. I really like watching that one. It makes me feel very, very warm and wholesome. Even though Charlie is objectively a piece of garbage, it's always heartwarming to see him happy. Charlie McDennis, Electric Boogaloo. That'll go to pretty good. It's funny, but not as funny as Charlie McDennis, The Game of Games, the OG. That'll go to the Golden God tier. That's a classic, very clever. Charlie's Mom Has Cancer. Again, not one that I rewatch very often. Charlie Rules the World, I think is pretty funny. Pretty good. Charlie Wants an Abortion. I don't like that one very much. I rewatched that one very kind of recently. I don't really like it. Charlie Work. Oh, Charlie Work. She's going to the front of the Golden God tier. Charlie Work is an absolute masterpiece of television. The whole 13-minute one-take sequence in the middle of that moves in and around the bar, it's so mind-blowing. I can't believe that they even pulled that off. Not only is that an absolute feat of production, but it's also a very clever plot. Dennis and Dee get a new dad. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even remember what happens in that. So she'll go to Nat here, because nothing about that sticks out to me. Dennis and Dee Go on Welfare is pretty funny, kind of a classic from the first few seasons. Dennis and Dee's Mom Is Dead. I think that one's pretty good. Oh, she'll go to D-Day, again, from the most recent season, season 14. I like D-Day. I like D-Day a lot. I think it's funny. Dennis's Double Life, I have mixed feelings on. I'll put her in the good shit. I can appreciate it now, but every time I watch it, I just remember the stress of watching it live for the first time, because when it aired, this was when we didn't know if Glenn was coming back to Sunny or not, if he was leaving for good. So I rewatch it and I relive the stress of knowing that this could possibly be Glenn Howerton's last episode of Sunny ever, but he came back. So I can watch it and I can laugh at it now. Dee Gives Birth that's the good shit. You know, that's the good shit. Dennis Gets Divorced is one that I actually rewatch quite often. Not particularly funny. I like it. I like it. So she'll go to the good shit. Dennis Looks Like a Registered Sex Offender. Pretty good. Dee Made a Smut Film. Is that the one with Andy Warhol, Danny DeVito? Because if so, I like that one. Pretty good. Dennis Reynolds, An Erotic Life. Again, I don't really remember much about that. Tier. Dee Reynolds, Shaping America's Youth. That one's pretty funny. Frank's Back in Business. I think that one's pretty good. My pretty good tier is getting a little crazy. Frank's Brother. Again, I'm not a big fan of episodes that don't center around the whole gang, so she'll go to Nat here. Sorry. Flowers for Charlie is the good shit. I really like that one. I love Charlie. He's so precious in that one. Frank Falls Out the Window, I'm actually gonna say is the good shit. I love episodes that exemplify just how self-aware this show is, and that point out how repetitive and redundant and kind of empty these characters' lives are. I just think that's like the central thing of the show, is that these characters, they just live these repetitive, redundant lives. And I like when the show is self-aware of that. Frank's Pretty Woman, pretty good. That's the one with Roxy the stripper, I think. Frank Retires. Frank Reynolds' Little Beauties I actually think is very, very funny. That'll go to the good shit. The Gang Set Sweet Dee on Fire. Don't remember much of. That'll go to tier. Gun Fever. I'm gonna put that in the good shit. And also Gun Fever 2, still hot. I really like the 2 Gun Fever episodes. I think that they're very topical, very relevant. $100 Baby. I think that's gonna go to pretty good. I haven't watched that one in a while, but I think I really liked it. How Matt Got Fat is one that, it's Hero or Hate Crime, that's going straight to the Golden God tier. Hero or Hate Crime is one of my favorite episodes of all time. Not only is that kind of a landmark episode, because that's the episode where Mac finally comes out after, 12 seasons? But it's also a very funny episode. It's a perfect blend of everything, and it's very satisfying to see Mac finally be able to come out. Not only that, it has, in my opinion, the best cold open out of the entire show. Lethal Weapon 6. No, I don't like Lethal Weapon 6 at all, if I'm being honest. Sorry. Yeah. Mac and Charlie Die, Part 1 and 2. I'm gonna put that in the Golden God tier. I think that those are two very, very, very funny episodes. Those two are always one of the first few episodes that I rewatch. I think they're absolutely hilarious. Mac and Charlie are so stupid, and I love it. Mac and Charlie Write a Movie I rewatched recently, and it was kind of Mac and Charlie White Trash, that's the good shit. I love Mac and Charlie in that one. Mac and Dennis Buy a Timeshare. That one's pretty funny. I like Danny DeVito I always call him Danny DeVito. I call all the other characters their names, but I call Danny DeVito Danny DeVito. Like, Dennis is Dennis. And Danny DeVito is not Frank, but Danny DeVito. What am I saying? Mac and Dennis Break Up is one that I have rewatched a shameful number of times. You know what? It's going to the Golden God tier. I don't care. I love Mac and Dennis Break Up. I love Mac and Dennis's whole dynamic as a whole. They have my favorite dynamic of the entire show. I don't care. Mac and Dennis Manhunters is absolutely batshit insane. That's gonna go to the good shit just because of how crazy it is. Mac and Dennis Move to the Suburbs. This is my favorite episode of all time. It's gonna go behind Charlie Work because I still think that Charlie Work is better in quality, but Mac and Dennis Move to the Suburbs is my personal favorite. I don't even know what it is about it. I think it's just a combination of it being probably one of the most batshit crazy episodes of the entire series, and also just how much I love Mac and Dennis's dynamic. I love it. It's amazing. I love it. Mac's Big Break is pretty good. Mac bangs Dennis's mom. Is that the one where they write the Nightman song? It's either that or Mac's banging the waitress. Oh no. Oh, whatever. Regardless, I don't watch it that much, so that'll go to Mac's banging the waitress. No, I think Mac's banging the waitress is the one where they write the Nightman song. So that'll go to the good shit. Plus, I like it. I like it as an episode. Mac Day. That's gonna go to the good shit. Mac is probably my favorite character. And Mac Day is all about Mac. So it's good. Making Dennis Reynolds a Murderer is a clever, clever episode. It's a parody of Making a Murderer. And I think it's done very well, and I think it's very funny. That'll go to the good shit. Mac Fights Gay Marriage. That'll go to Mac Finds His Pride. That's going to the Golden God tier. I don't give a shit. That's going to the Golden God tier. It's the last, 7 minutes of that episode is absolutely mind-blowing. Not only is it something that I never would have expected Sunny to do, but it's also just one of the most beautiful scenes on television of all time. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't believe Rob McElhenney pulled that off. And the first, 15 minutes of the episode is still, classic, funny, It's Always Sunny. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Mac's a Serial Killer. I don't like that one very much. It'll go to I do like Carmen, though. Mac Kills His Dad's pretty funny. That'll go to pretty good. Mac's Mom Burns Her House Down. I have not rewatched that one in quite a while. That'll go to McPoyle vs. Ponderosa, Trial of the Century is pretty good. I like the McPoyles and the Ponderosas. I hope we see more of them in the future. Old Lady House, a situation comedy. That one's pretty good. Patty Says a Jumper is probably, I think that one's my favorite of season 14. That'll go to the good shit. Patty's Pub, home of the original Kitten Mittens. That's always one that I rewatch first. That's going to the Golden God tier. Charlie is so precious and iconic in that episode, and everyone else is absolutely hilarious. Psycho Pete returns. I haven't rewatched that one in quite a while, but I think I really liked it, so that'll go to pretty good. Pop Pop, the final solution. This episode is something. Yeah, fuck Nazis. Pretty good. Petty's Pub, worst bar in Philadelphia. Kind of middle of the road to me. PTSD, I think is pretty good. That's pretty funny. D, you're a monster, and I love you. Reynolds versus Reynolds, Serial Defense. That's the good shit. That's iconic. Mac's whole "science is a liar" speech is one of my favorite scenes of the whole show. Sweet D's dating a slur. No, that's the... Is that the one with the Nightman conceptualization? That's gonna go to because I don't really like it as an episode, but I do like the Nightman, the Nightman. When they write the Nightman. Sweet D gets audited. I haven't rewatched that one in quite a while. I don't really remember what happens in it. Sweet D has a heart attack. I rewatched that one pretty recently. That's the good shit. That gave us the glorious Pepe Sylvia meme. So that's a classic. Aluminum Monster. How many do I have left? Oh my fucking god. Why did I do this? Aluminum Monster versus Fatty Magoo. That one's pretty middle of the line. Antisocial Network, again, kind of middle of the line. Dennis System, that's gonna go to the good shit. That's iconic. That Dennis, you're a crazy bitch. Thundergun, nope. Okay, Gang buys a boat. That'll go to pretty good. I know that that's in a lot of people's god tier, but I'm not. Thundergun 4, Maximum Cool. That's it. Gang beats Boggs. That's a classic. I like that one quite a bit. Yeah. Gang beats Boggs. Ladies reboot. That one's I think that's another one I've only watched once. I love the ladies. I love the waitress very much. But it's just not one. Again, I'm not all for ones that don't have the whole gang. The Gang broke D. That one's pretty good. I love D-centric episodes. Gang chokes. I'm putting that in the good shit. That one's pretty crazy. The Gang cracks the Liberty Bell. I'm not a big fan of that one. I think I've only watched it 1 or 2 times. Same with Gang does a clip show. I'm not a big fan of clip show types. Gang dines out. That one's going high. Good shit or Golden God? I want to keep my Golden God tier pretty selective. Like just the very best of the best. So she's gonna go to that's going to the Golden God tier. That's always one that I first go to rewatch whenever I start watching the series again. It's a classic. How many times have I said that? Way too many. Gang dances their asses off. That's again going to the that'll go to pretty good. I want to get more selective with what I'm doing here. Gang escapes. I haven't watched that one in a while, but I think it was pretty good. My pretty good tier is getting a little out of control. Gang exploits a miracle. I think that one's Nothing sticks out about it to me. Thundergun Express is pretty good. I like that one. Gang exploits the mortgage crisis. That one's going to the good shit. I like that one very much. That one's one I rewatch often. Gang finds a dead guy. I haven't rewatched that one. I think that's the first season. Gang gets analyzed. Whoa. That's gonna go to the Golden God tier. I like that one a lot. I love episodes that are a glimpse into the minds of these, crazy characters, because I think that there's so much to unpack with these characters, and so I really appreciate that they had a whole episode dedicated to, their mental space and all that. Gang gets a new member. I remember almost nothing about that. Gang gives back. Again, actually, I think I like that one. That'll go to pretty good. Gang gets Extreme Home Makeover Edition. This is one I rewatched pretty recently. That'll go to the good shit. I like that one quite a bit. Still pretty topically relevant. Again, gives Frank an intervention. That one's pretty good. Gang gets held hostage. That's gonna go to the good shit. I love me some McPoyles. Gang gets new wheels. That one's going to the good shit. I think that's one of the most underrated episodes. I know it came out pretty recently, but I think it's very funny. Gang goes on Family Fight. Again, that's going straight to the good shit. That's one I rewatch very frequently. I love it. I love all the characters in that episode. Gang gets quarantined. That's pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna put that in the good shit. I rewatch that one pretty often. I think Dennis is hilarious in that. Gang runs for office. That one's pretty good, but not great. Gang gets romantic. That's an episode. I actually liked it quite a bit. You know what? I'm gonna put that in the good shit because I've actually rewatched that one quite a bit recently. Gang gets racist. Oh, this show. I'm gonna put... You know what? I don't like it. I don't like it that much. Again, because I'm not that much of a fan of the first season. But it's gonna go to pretty good just because it's the first episode, and I feel like I'm legally obliged to put it in pretty good because it's what kicked the whole thing off, you know? Gang gets stranded in the woods. That one's pretty to me. It's pretty middle of the line. Gang goes to a water park. That one's very, very funny. That one's good. That's from, what, 13? I think that's season 13. I think that's my favorite episode from season 13. Gang goes to Hell Part 2. I don't remember if I liked Goes to Hell Part 1 or 2 more. I know that there's one that I liked more than the other. I think I liked 2 more, because that's when the gang almost, like, dies and stuff. I like that one because they all almost die. Part 1 will go to eh. Gang gets trapped. Which one was that? I'm blanking so hard. Which one was that? Oh, okay, that's the one where they break into someone's house. That one's good. That one's pretty good. Gang goes to Jersey Shore. That's going to the good shit. Gave us our iconic rum ham. Mac and Frank in that episode are absolutely hilarious. Gang gets whacked. I think that's another 2-parter. I haven't seen it in a while, so I guess nothing stuck out to me about it. That'll go to eh. Gang hits the road. Again, that's another eh. Gang hits the slopes. I don't like that one that much. Sorry. Just not a big fan of it. Just not a big fan. Gang solves the North Korea situation. That one's pretty good. That'll go to pretty good. Gang makes Lethal Weapon 6. Oh, wait. Why do I have 2 Lethal Weapon 6s? Okay, well, I didn't like it, so they'll both go to nah. Gang makes Patty's great again. I'm putting that in eh. I think it's pretty funny, but again, I don't like that Dennis is gone for most of it. I want my whole gang to be there. I want my whole gang. Gang misses the boat. This is another one that I have kind of mixed feelings about. I like some parts of it, and I kind of have problems with other parts of it. Yeah, I'll put it in pretty good. Great Recession. What happens in that? Okay. Yeah, I like that one. That one's pretty good. Gang reignites the rivalry. Again, pretty good. I am getting so out of control with my pretty... Oh my god, this is such a disaster. I hate looking at this. I hate looking at this. Gang recycles their trash. That one's pretty good. Gang solves global warming. I'll put that in eh. I think that's one of the weaker ones of season 14. 14? 14. Gang spies like US. I actually like quite a bit. I think that one's pretty funny. Should go to pretty good. The gang sells out. I don't really remember what happens in that. Should go to eh. Gang squashes their beefs. I really like this one quite a bit. That'll go to the good shit. I like that they brought all of the recurring characters back for that. Gang solves the bathroom problem. This one's... I'll keep it in the good shit. That's one that I rewatch quite often. I really like that one a lot. I think it's very clever, pretty relevant. But I want to keep my Golden God tier pretty selective. I only want it to be the best of the best. Okay. The gang saves the day. That one I like. Again, I like episodes that are a glimpse into the absolutely insane minds of these characters. I like to see the interworkings of their heads, so that'll go to the good shit. I like that one a lot. Is that the one with like the weird up montage thing for Charlie? I think it is. I like that one. The gang solves the gas crisis. Again, very good. Very good. Gave us the iconic wild card bitches. The gang tends bar. Unpopular opinion here. I know that this is kind of just a middle of the road episode for a lot of people, but I actually really like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's going to the Golden God tier. You know, Dennis is an absolute slimy little gremlin, but at the end of the day, I do still have a soft spot for him, and I like to see him happy. I know to some people, episodes with like happy endings for the characters kind of strays away from the theme of this show. You know, they're all awful characters and they'll never live satisfying lives, and you know, that's like the whole thing of the show. I think that even though these characters are very morally gray and deserve to rot in prison, they're portrayed in a way that, you know, you do develop soft spots for some of them, and it's nice to see them happy every once in a while. The Gang Turns Black is another one that I actually really like quite a bit. I don't think this is like a lot of people's favorite, but I actually really like it. I like that it has a genuine message to it, but still manages to be really funny and have that classic sunny feel to it. So I'm gonna put that in Golden God tier. I really like The Gang Turns Black. The gang tries we're getting into the good shit now. The gang tries desperately to win an award is going to the Golden God tier again. Again, another very self-aware episode. Very clever satire, very clever message to it. I really like it. It's good. The gang texts, that one's pretty good. Gang wrestles for the troops. I think a lot of people like this one, but it's kind of middle of the road to me. That'll go to pretty good. The gang wins the big game. I like that one more than the Charlie's Home Alone. But I do like how they connect. That'll go to pretty good. High School Reunion. I really like these two episodes, part 1 and 2. I like part 2 better, but I think they're good. They're going to the good shit. I've been filming for too fucking long. The janitor always mops twice. This is gonna go to the... This one's gonna go to the good shit just because I've only watched it once. I think that the neo-noir style to it is so cool. Again, I love how they get experimental with the production styles. But I've only seen it once, and if I'm being honest, I don't really remember the plot of it that well. I need to rewatch that one again. I'm sure if I rewatched it, it'd be in Golden God tier, because I know a lot of people hail it as a very good episode. But I haven't seen it in a while. Maureen Ponderosa Wedding Massacre, that one's gonna go to the... My dog just coughed. Maureen Ponderosa Wedding Massacre, that's gonna go to the good shit. I watch that one on Halloween every year. And again, I love me some McPoyles. Nightman Cometh. You know where she's going. You already know where Nightman... Jesus. You already know where Nightman Cometh is going. That's going straight to the Golden God tier. Probably the most iconic episode of the entire show. It's so clever. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love you, Charlie. I love you, Charlie. Storm of the Century. That one's eh. I haven't rewatched that one in a bit. Time's Up for the Gang is the good shit. That one's very good in my opinion. One of the most clever topical satires the show's ever done, in my opinion. The Waitress is Getting Married. That one's pretty good. I think I find that one funny if I remember right. The World Series Defense. I think a lot of people like this one, but it's just pretty good to me. Underage Drinking, a National Concern. This is one of the few episodes from the first season that I actually do really like. That's gonna go to the good shit. I really like that episode, actually. We're almost at the end. We're almost at the end. Wolf Cola, Public Relations Nightmare. I think that one's pretty middle of the road to a lot of people, but I like it. I think it's pretty funny. That'll go to pretty good. Waiting for Big Mo is probably the it's a disappointing episode for me, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna go to eh. I know that season finales for It's Always Sunny aren't always some big grand finale hurrah type thing, but that just felt like a kind of a disappointing finale to a season to me. Who Got Dee Pregnant? That one's pretty good. I think that one's pretty funny. I like the whole unreliable narrator aspect to it. And last but not least, Who Pooped the Bed? That's gonna go to eh. Not really, yeah, it's gonna go to eh. Not really my style. Okay. I did it. I ranked every single It's Always Sunny episode. Jesus Christ. That's that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around through this whole thing. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm not sure when I'll make another video. Probably anywhere between 2 weeks and 5 years. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia, look in the mail. Well, this whole box is Pepe Sylvia!